I'm your host, Josh Frketic. We're here live in the University Center inside the library. That's right. Again, there is a television studio here. So when we left, I said I was bringing back a couple guys here. We got Aaron Cooney off to my left. We got Kevin Calhoun off to my right. We're going to go to my right first, my right-hand man right now, because that's the team that's playing pretty darn good basketball right now. So let's preview what they have to do this week. They have a big AMC conference game. Let's bring up the standings first off. We're going to show you these ones, Kevin. I want to get your opinion, really, on what these standings are going to be looking like. Up on top, of course, is the Cedarville Yellow Jackets. They're ranked 3rd in the nation, 20-3 overall, 11-1 in the AMC Conference. Ranked 2nd, number 8, Shawnee State, 17-4 overall, 9-3 in the AMC Conference. Walsh, number 24, rounds out the top 4. All you see down the bottom, the Pioneers. That's not the bottom of the AMC. The people at the bottom are like the Carlos and the Ursulines, Kevin. Just to inform you, I know you know all this. I want to inform the viewer. So the Pioneers sitting down there at 9th.
Yes.
The 7. That's a 7 spot. That's where they want to get.
Yes.
To get to
that's where they have to be.
That's right. Are they going to get there?
I think they can, and you know, Josh, I think they will. And I'll tell you why. At the end of this year, they have 4 or 5 very winnable basketball games if they play their best basketball, and that starts this Thursday against Mount Vernon and Nazarene. This is the first time, we were talking about this the other day, it's the first time they've gone to Vernon in a long time. They haven't been there in quite a while, and it's going to be a tough road test, doubleheader, men's game, women's game. They both need it, and you know what, the women, they can win this basketball game. We talked earlier on about the inside-out play. You have to get Tarika Jones and Jocelyn Peterkin working together on the inside, and really, I think the Pioneers, they can win this basketball game. One other aspect I look at, Josh, is when you talk about the last few weeks for this basketball team, you talk about April Austin putting up 28 points, Ashley Anderson putting up 28 and 29. Try to get those two ladies on the same page during a basketball game. If you can get 20 out of each of them and good inside play from both Jones and Peterkin, this is a tough team to stop.
Now, what about the game coming up here on Thursday? What about Mount Vernon? That again, you said it. They haven't been here for a while. Haven't gone to Mount Vernon. That's a tough place to play and a tough team. You know, their record really doesn't show how good they are. They beat a Carlo team by 60, 70 points.
Yeah, that's it. And we saw the Pioneers play Carlo, and you know what? This was the first year in a long time, Josh, that the Pioneers have really started to put away opponents that they had to. They've been playing down to the level of their competition for years now. And really this year against Ursuline, against Carlo, the Pioneers, they pulled away. But we saw Vernon, like you said, win by 60 points in a college basketball game. That's unheard of. And it's a very skilled Nazarene team. The Pioneers have to be well prepped. And I was talking to 2 players on the team today. They are very well prepped. They've been studying film all week.
Do they win on Thursday?
I think they do. I think they do.
Same tape. I know you're getting pretty bored over here. I know. I know you're bored. All right, we're going to come over to you. The guys still need some love, too, and we will give the guys love. They deserve some love. They played hard all year long, but this week's going to be a tough week. Thursday against Mount Vernon, another good team in the AMC Conference. Not as good as Mount Vernon's usually been, but still a tough basketball squad. And then Saturday, the makeup game against Shawnee State. Give me a little bit of insight here. What's going to be going on this week?
I think Point Park's playing against 2 teams that are battling for position there for that last playoff spot in the AMC South Division. And it's going to be real tough for Point Park to go against these teams. Each of these teams are 1 win away from taking that 3rd spot there in the South. Point Park sitting in the North, and I think they're going to be playing against teams hungry to win, looking to move up, and it's going to be tough for Point Park in these 2 games here.
Now let's look at the AMC North standings, Aaron. You got Notre Dame up there at number 1, a team that the Pioneers beat. You see that 9-1 conference record. The only flaw in that has been against the Pioneers. Going down, Malone's 10-12 overall, 6-4 in the AMC, Damon 5-4 in the AMC, Roberts 5-5. Point Park 3-7, then Houghton rounds it out at 3-8. They got to get up to that 3 spot. They got to get to where Damon is. But the Pioneers have already beaten Damon. They've beaten Notre Dame. They know that they can play the basketball it takes to beat the good teams. What's it going to take now to get that one more step forward and make it consistent?
That's what the exact word we're looking for is consistency. They beat Notre Dame, they beat Houghton, but it's all about playing those other teams. They're playing against Malone, Roberts Wesley, and those are teams that you have to beat to even compete with the rest of the AMC here. And Point Park drops those games, and it's pushing them further and further down low in the standings, and that's why they're sitting 5th right now.
Good thing is, Aaron, here, before we let you go, before we get to Permanis, too, by the way, they still got Malone on the schedule again. They still have Houghton on the schedule again. Still have Damon on the schedule, Roberts on the schedule. That's 4 AMC North Conference games, teams that they need to beat. Will they be able to do that? And what about this week with Mount Vernon and Shawnee?
Well, I think if you're Point Park and you want to get to that number 3 spot, you got to win out. There's no excuse there. You have to win out. I'll win all 6 games. And still, that if they do that, that only puts you 1 game over 500. And good luck to Point Park. It's going to be a real tough road. I have a bad feeling they won't be able to pull it out.
Aaron, Kevin, thank you. We're going to transition now one more time. We're going to do the